How many more must die because of your ego, Mr. Bond? Give yourself up. Or end up like Berlin, like Potter, like all the other unfortunate victims, the collateral damage of your antiquated sense of patriotism.
So hey guys, welcome back to the last real episode of Bloodstone. And we've already seen the sort of gimmick for this level. Rack is going to be running his mouth at us throughout the level over the intercom. And his little speeches, they remind me a lot of the talk we had with Colonel Ping back in the aquarium. His monologue. Pretty much all the stuff he says, sounds kind of nice, like it might be meaningful, up until the point you listen to it for about, half a second. Because nothing he says makes sense. I really want to know what world Rack lives in, where Burnin and Pomerov are unfortunate victims or collateral damage. I mean, Burnin was kidnapping, torturing, and killing people, and Pomerov was mass-producing weaponized anthrax. I mean, Bond just killing them may not exactly be justice, but they're definitely as far away from collateral damage as possible. Here we're seeing again what I mentioned in the last level, that the last couple levels are very combat heavy. I mean, we only just started this level and we're already being faced with a huge number of enemies. You may not have been able to hear it earlier, but someone ordered the bridge to be raised, and that's what you can see there. The little bridge is going up so that we cannot cross. Seriously, just look at all the carnage down here. Those two guys were just about the last ones. There is one more guy in here. Okay, that's it. Now, we want to get to the other side there. And the bridge is all the way up. So this control box is going to lower it again. However, you can see our smartphone indicator. We have a new weapon and its corresponding weapon crate. This is the M24 sniper rifle. And they really left a good gun till last. This is just a really great sniper rifle. One error, the intel says it has a 6 times zoom, but it actually has a 4, 6, or 8 times variable zoom. Now let's lower that bridge and give this thing a try. So we're faced here with another onslaught of bad guys. This one's a little bit easier just based on the fact that we have a sniper rifle and cover. Although previously some of the guys had UMPs and shotguns, and in this part basically everybody is using the combat AR, and that thing can actually hurt us pretty bad. trying to get a little fancy and I'm missing a bunch of shots. I think that's just about everybody. Oh, one last guy. Oh, maybe one more guy. There we go. So we have 2 bullets left. Oh, jeez. These guys just do not want to quit. 1 bullet left. But the bridge is all the way down. So let's head on over to the other side. And apparently that's what happens when you use a focus aim with a sniper rifle and it's your last bullet. I had no idea that was going to happen. It freaked me out pretty badly when I was playing. But like I said, basically everybody over here is using the combat AR, so we should be able to get full ammo no problem. And make our way into the other side of the dam.
Still think you're doing the right thing, Mr. Bond? What about Tedworth and Ping? Did you succeed with them? Did you save them?
Again, that is just really stupid. Trying to tell Bond he's wrong because he didn't stop Rack from killing people. Not a great argument. It is pretty apparent that the reasoning for Rack's little speeches is, I think they're trying to tie the story back together. So, you know, just in case you'd forgotten about, you know, Tedworth and Bernin, they use these speeches to sort of bring it full circle, as it were. Another thing that I guess is kind of weird is this level has a bunch of guys that use only pistols.
Do you know how easy it has been to spread you, Mr. Bond? The death and destruction you leave in your wake. You've led us all around the world.
Okay, actually he's kind of got a point there. And actually from this point on he starts making a little bit more sense. Now we have this cool lift, which doesn't work. Which means for no reason at all, we need to run up here and press a button. But it does give Rack more time to talk.
Mr. Bond, I have 200 men in this dam. The longer it takes for them to capture you, the slower I will make your agonizing death. What do you mean to do if you reach me? I beat you once before, Mr. Bond. I'll happily do it again.
And nothing can ever be easy. So while we're stuck on this little elevator, a bunch of guys are going to show up along the left side and we have to take them out. Now that guy really didn't want to get away. And kind of a neat detail, there's actually an achievement for making sure you kill all the guys. If you move past, so for example if you stayed in cover and didn't shoot at anybody, they would all just run back through those doors. But I don't play that way.
You think you're getting the better of me, don't you, Mr. Bond? You know your heart, that you're only your own demise.
Support now.
This section here can be a little surprising, I guess. In my test runs, I kept thinking it was over, but more guys just keep showing up.
Why do you do this, Mr. Bond? Why risk your life for a country who will deny you ever existed? Who will even send flowers to your unmarked gravestone?
And big surprise, Rack doesn't understand patriotism. In any case, we have another piece of intel over here, and it's a weapon crate for the M1 shotgun. This again just gives general info. Says it has a large ammo capacity, fast fire rate, and it's got a tight spread, which is why it has such good range. There's no way we're going to pick it up, of course. We're sticking with the assault rifle. We have one more big, open, gauntlet section before the level really gets interesting. Now I don't know, is anybody keeping count of how many guys I've killed this level so far? Because Rack says he's got 200 men. At this point I've got to be over 100. I'm trying not to make this too much of a boring cover fest by moving up when I can. But you can see these guys are toting pretty good weapons, and I'm trying not to spend too much of the game with a red screen either. Now then, our next piece of intel is kind of a hard one. It's the Osprey itself.
You've made it this far, Mr. Bond. But your arc ends now.
And this just talks about how it's a tilt-rotor 2-flight mode helicopter. It actually calls it a helicopter. And says that Rack's personal helicopter is modified to include the rear turret. One other sort of detail. He's going to shoot at us while we're in this elevator. And the elevator is not bulletproof. That rear pillar sort of is, or that pillar in the corner, so I'm trying to stay behind it. But you can take damage in this section, and I've never tried it, but you could probably die.
Look at your position, Mr. Bond. Hopeless. No backup. No exit plan. You cannot win.
At this point we're going to go head-to-head with Rack himself, albeit him in a big helicopter, and he still won't shut his mouth. Now our last piece of intel in the game is right here, and it's this control panel we're sitting against. There's our achievement. This is going to tell us that if we mess with the controls, we can cause uneven pressure distribution, and some ruptures may happen in the water pipes. And so much for may. Pressing them will, in fact, cause a rupture.
Where are you running to, Mr.
And, ouch. These ruptures sort of limit the space Rack has to move in. And that's good for us, so we're going to keep pressing the buttons. So one thing to notice while I'm doing this, you see how much damage I'm taking? throughout this whole section. I'm still playing on Field Operative, which is the normal difficulty. Can you imagine this on 007 difficulty? It is brutal. Trying to beat this little boss fight, I think, is the closest I have ever been to wanting to put my fist through a TV. This next little part especially has a little trick. We have to jump the gap here. Now the trick is, if you just jump, it makes you an easy target. If you wait for him to move to the left a little bit before making the jump, then you just want to hang there. It doesn't force you to climb up. It's all about timing. For some reason I'm not in cover there, and I very, very, very almost die right here. Alright, I am just about ready to shut Rack the hell up. So let's go take out his helicopter. We took one out with a crane before, let's try it again.
Your useless struggle. All your efforts are for nothing.
Bond, help me.
You had your chance, Rack.
Please, save me. I'll tell you everything. I'll tell you who I'm working with.
Too late. I already know.
And I am just so surprised that it's not quite over. I don't know what to do. And a single grenade will kill you here. But let's try that again and do it right. Next time, the epilogue.